So here at Luv Subbin, we never pass up an opportunity for a teaching moment. And you can see here from this training aid that if you were to load your Airstream with the wind in this position, you've got too much weight in the rear of the Airstream and you're going to induce sway. Look at that, right? It's
good.
You've got no tongue weight.
No.
Let's go ahead and make an improvement and see if we can reduce sway.
Seems pretty good.
There you have it. Your Luv Subbin tip of the day to reduce sway and to properly load your Airstream.
The only thing you're missing is a pair of chain socks.
Speaking of chain socks, exactly, this thing needs chain socks. Okay, welcome to this week's episode of Luv Subbin. And what are we doing this week?
We are towing up to the Thousand Islands.
Yes, and it is a hot, humid day. As Jen Carfagna would say from the Weather Channel, this is air you can wear.
I think it's air you can swim in.
Yeah, but I'm in my fluorescent green tow jersey, so we're towing off to, as Cindy said, Jacques Cartier State Park in the Thousand Islands on the St. Lawrence Seaway.
It's going to be a hot tow. They said it's going to be up to 90 degrees today, so we're going to provide some tips for keeping the inside of your trailer cool while you tow on a hot day. Also tips on how to keep your refrigerator hopefully cool on a hot tow day.
Yeah, we'll see how the tow day goes. And with this episode, because it's so hot outside, it's a perfect test opportunity for the thermal blanket I installed on the starter.
The heat shield.
Yes, to see if that solution works.
Okay, that'll be exciting. Recently purchased these vent covers that not only keep the light out, but it helps reflect the heat because it's got a Reflectex on one side.
Yep.
So, and they are very handy because they are magnetic. See the Reflectex? And they pop up very easily like that.
Nice.
So, just make sure you have your fans down before you leave, and you can put that up, and it'll help things stay cool.
Okay, today's a project day with the Airstream, so what's our first project?
Our first project is to install some vent covers, because we found when we were boondocking that a lot of heat would come in through the vent fans. And also at night, when you're not using your vents, it's also nice to cover it to keep it darker. Yeah,
we used to have like a little doily, like a fabric thing that Velcroed up there.
Yeah, and that didn't seem to work too well because it was the wrong shape. It was round. And this is actually fit perfectly to the dimensions of the vent screen. And the benefit of this is it has Reflectex on one side that will help reflect the heat or the sun from the Airstream as well.
Keep things dark at night.
And keep things dark at night. The other benefit is you could also fold part of it back if you want to.
Yep. And it all installs with magnets.
With magnets, so it should be really convenient. And I like the way they install it, so you don't see magnets out the outside either. So.
Yep. And of course, though this is not sponsored, we will put a link to, what's the company's name?
It's called Living in a Bubble.
I think they do a lot of stuff like van lifers and stuff.
Yeah, it's van life, but it's a lot of screen covers.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice. It comes in
really nice,
nice little bag, and it comes with the magnets and everything that you need to put this in. So we're going to get started. The first step is to unscrew the vent cover.
Yep.
Or they call it vent frame, I think. It's just 4 screws. Alright.
Alright, let's clean this puppy up.
Yep.
Alright, you're going to clean all of our surfaces so that our tape sticks.
Yep.
Using our workbench.
Yep. And it's a good opportunity to clean something and just give it a little inspection, make sure there are no cracks or anything like that. So the installation is really easy. So once the frame is all cleaned up, you're just going to put your cover down on a nice clean surface and lay your frame on top and just line up the edges like so. And these are really, really strong magnets. They have to be because they're going to be going through this plastic.
Yep.
And I actually accidentally broke 2 of them because they collided together so violently. So you have to be really careful with the magnets. But watch, this is going to be fun. It'll show you exactly where your magnets are. You're going to just tape them into place.
Yep, we're just going to use duct tape.
Like that.
Sweet.
Isn't that awesome?
All right, let's get the duct taping.
All right, we're all duct taped in. And I think we're ready to install them. We'll see how this tape works. And if the beauty of it, if it doesn't work and we have to do something else, it's just easy to pull it,
Yeah, it's
take
a
it off.
simple 4 screws, so I think the duct tape will work though.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll see how it goes. So Rich is putting it back up. We always run out of charge
Yeah.
during a project when you're using a battery-powered tool. So it's good to have a manual one handy.
Manual tools don't run out of juice.
That is a good point.
All right, see, let's test it out.
All right. Oop, there it goes. There it goes. And there it goes. I think it works. So let's talk about what comes in this bag real quick. So it comes with your cover, brochure. They even gave you a nice little keychain. They didn't need to do that.
Cool.
A sticker, and your magnets. So they come in this nice little box with pieces of plastic in between so that they're not that difficult to take apart. Just be very careful because they are very magnetic. And it also has a QR code so you can get the instructions on the installation. So very well done. So what's cool about this also is even though I did the attachment point with the gray up, you can also hang it up with the gray side down. There. See? So if you have an Airstream and you have a silver roof, unlike us, the silver might look better facing down. So we are starting our tow day today, and it is a very steamy day, and it's going to get up into the 90s as we tow. And so the important thing is trying to keep your refrigerator cool. We never run it on propane while we travel. We think that's not good. You can do what you want.
Yeah, you can do what you want, but just be aware, usually around a gasoline pump, you have to have all open flames extinguished within 20 feet of a gasoline pump.
Yes.
At least here in the state of Vermont.
Yep.
Maybe other states differ, but we just don't want to have to turn ours on and off when we don't need to do it, so when we don't really need to do so.
Yep, so we don't tow with our propane on, so I like to load up the fridge as soon as possible before we leave, leaving it about an hour so that the electric can stay on and the refrigerator can get cool again.
Yep.
So that's one of my tips for towing on a hot day. My second tip is that we like to use these ice blocks that are very handy. They're very thin, but they're very wide, and I think they add about 4 degrees difference for every block that I put in, so to try to keep the inside of the refrigerator cool.
So why wouldn't you just use a bunch of ice cubes?
Well, the ice cubes are great, but then they melt and they can drip water everywhere, especially if your bag is not secure. So
All right, so let's get those blocks in.
let's get these blocks in and my last stuff that goes in the freezer. All right, we locked and loaded. We are not going to open this up again until we get to our destination. Oops.
So, and the things that we need, we'll see, we'll place in a cooler.
And the things that we leave in the fridge will not tip over and leak as well. We played that game. So we're just going to lock it up and we're ready to go.
And that is how we keep our fridge door closed during travel days. That is a child door safety lock, and it works quite well. We've seen tape, we've seen bungee cords, we've seen all different manners.
Well, and a lot of refrigerators now come with their own lock.
Yes, they do. Ours didn't back in 2002.
So note just that one instance of getting into the refrigerator brought the refrigerator up to about 50 degrees. So it's a good thing that we're going to leave about an hour so it can get back down and be as cold as possible when we leave. So the other handy tips for towing on a hot day is keeping all your shades closed.
Yep. You also put Reflectex in the door, right?
Yes, right behind you we have Reflectex in the door. You would be surprised about how much heat and light come in through your front door. All right, we're about ready to pull the electric. I did do a temperature check, and what was important is I do have a thermometer that I do not need to open the refrigerator to check the temperature. The temperature has since dropped to 40 degrees since we loaded everything in, and so we're going to start at 40 degrees when we turn the electricity off, and we will see what our temperature is when we get to our destination.
What was it this morning when we got up?
It was 33 degrees.
Yeah, so the fridge is doing good.
Yeah, the fridge is doing good, so it's just those ice blocks really helped quickly lower the temperature, and I'm hoping that during the trip it'll keep it steady. So we're 2 miles out from a rest area, so we are going to give our heat shield a test.
Yep, it's 90 degrees. This is where, I believe, the same service station where it failed a couple last year. So we've got a plus 90 degree day. We're on the interstate at the same service station where it failed, so This is about as good a test conditions as I think we can get.
Yeah, we're gonna play parking though with the trucks, so in case it does fail, we're not sitting in front of a gas station.
Yeah, I think that's half the part of this whole problem.
Was
it's not so much you have to wait around for 20 minutes, it's that you're waiting around for 20 minutes.
And blocking a pump.
Yeah, people pull up behind you and they're waiting.
Right.
So yeah.
So we're gonna give this thing a test and see what happens.
Yep.
You were guessing perhaps, what, 50-50?
50-50. I think our poll, when I checked last night, I sent the poll out on YouTube, was 70% that it'll work. Okay. 30% we'll do an update of that right now. I haven't looked recently. We'll include that vision, that image right here, so you can see the end poll. Yep. And yeah, this is about as good a test, so if it works, it's gonna work.
Okay, let's see.
All right, it's 1:01, so we'll give it at least 5 minutes or so.
For better or for worse. We'll
see what happens.
For worse.
Okay, we just had a Spielberg moment. And I call this a Spielberg moment because I'm sure it happened to Steven Spielberg all the time. And we filmed the entire event, and all we got was this. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to describe it for you. So yeah, we stopped off at the rest stop. We turned off the car. We let it sit for, I think it was about 7.
I think we timed it at 8.
8 minutes. And then we go to turn it over, and the first turn of the key, nothing. Turn it off. The second turn, which happened immediately after, the car started.
Admittedly, the air conditioning was on when we tried the first time because you wanted to replicate the
I wanted to replicate the conditions, and because I don't think that's a big key. But yeah, so I'm saying it wasn't perfect. If it had started that first turn, I would have said it was perfect.
All right, that was the second test.
Yeah, you know, we just went from the rest area or the parking area to the gas station, which was, you know, just a few hundred feet, and filled up with gas, and same thing. The first time it didn't turn over, the second time it did turn over. So it's definitely better. Okay. Because that's twice it, but it's still not perfect. It shouldn't even hesitate that first time. But you know, continue to test, continue to monitor. But we are at least 100% better than just being dead in the water.
That is true.
So minor success there.
Yeah, so far some minor success. Exactly.
All right,
let's continue.
Head on. All right, you can see at this point I'm unhitched, and I'm at the stage of my checklist where it says pull truck forward. So we're gonna go ahead and do our final start of the day. What do you think, C?
Yep, we're looking good.
All right, let's switch cameras and let's see what happens.
Should be interesting. I think it'll be cool enough.
You think so?
Yeah. Started right up. Good job.
All right, so we've arrived at our campsite here in the Thousand Islands. We'll have a review and all the stuff that we do here in the Thousand Islands in a coming Luv Subbin video, but what do you think of today's tow, C?
Today's tow was better than expected, but it was almost like this is a temporary fix for the heat shield and not a permanent fix.
Yeah.
Because it was a second start up and not just an instant fix.
If we had not put that blanket on, I'm 100% absolutely confident we would have been stuck there for 20-30 minutes waiting for that thing to cool down.
Yes.
It started after 2 seconds, and you can see when we pulled in here, it started right away. So yeah, comment below as to what you think we should do. Are we good to go, or should we get a new starter? What do you think, Steve?
I think it's always fun to change a starter in the campground.
We may not. And by the way, it's Steve and Denise from our French fry video. They're here with us. So they're going to be doing the Thousand Islands with us. So yeah, we'll try and figure things out as to what to do. I'm kind of in the belief now that what we've done is a temporary fix Band-Aid. It's keeping us going, but the time is rife for a new starter. But let us know what you think.
So as far as the interior stuff that I did for keeping the inside of the Airstream cool while we traveled, I was actually very pleased that when we arrived at the campground, it was 82 degrees inside, and it actually started heating up when I started opening the windows and stuff like that. So I think our fix for the inside was very good. I was also very pleased with the temperature of the fridge. It was no more than 8 degrees above what we started with. So it was 48 degrees when we arrived and it was 40 degrees when we left. So I think the ice blocks are actually a good value addition.
And remember, before everybody freaks out about food safety temperatures, that's a curve. It didn't go to 48 and then stay there for for 5 hours of towing. So
Right.
it was, you know, and we had opened it, and so it slowly came up like that. So we're pretty confident. And if Steve and Denise are throwing up all tonight,
Yeah,
then
we'll
we'll know
find
that
out about
didn't
it.
go well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dinner was.
So-
We're
dinner
3
was
doors
very
down.
good.
They'll never hear us.
Yeah, so. All right, so before we end this video, we have a wine tonight, right?
Yeah, interesting wine,
This
right?
is something called an orange wine?
It's an orange wine. We got it when we were visiting with Steve's sister in Maine, and we were right there on, what was that lake called?
Belgrade Lake.
Belgrade Lakes, and it was a local wine shop that had this, and they talked me into it.
So
Right.
very interesting. It's sort of like a rosé style wine, but the actual grape peels that remain on the grape turn it an orange as opposed to a pink.
Right, because when Denise gave it to me, I'm like, thanks. A wine made out of oranges. This will be really good. Thank you, Denise.
An orange wine, eh?
Enjoy this. It's an orange wine, eh?
Yeah,
But
have a
actually,
good
this
time
is
with
a
that.
grape wine. It's from Spain. So it's just got a very unusual color. So before we end this video, let's go ahead
And give it a
and
shot.
give it a quick shot here, a
I
quick
think
taste.
it's going to be lovely.
It's supposed to be the new trendy thing for young people, so, you know.
And as you know, retired Airstreamers are amongst the trendiest of people, right?
Absolutely.
So-
Worst case scenario is you bring the bottle back to Maine. It's worth 15 cents.
Win-win, right?
Right?
All right, guys, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Great friends.
Steve?
Good company.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
It has a nice aroma.
For anyone thinking orange wine, nope.
That's very interesting.
That is excellent. I'm going to say that's excellent.
Yeah.
That is very,
Wow.
I'm going with you, very interesting, and I
Yeah.
am getting a little bit of that orange flavor, even
Yeah.
though there's no orange in there.
I agree.
The gentleman that sold it to me said that people taste the orange in it.
Not that I've ever had Mad Dog 2020, but I was thinking this would be a little bit of orange flavored Mad Dog 2020. Steve, Denise, have you ever had Mad Dog? Denise?
No, I have not. How about
Really?
you, honey?
Yes.
No.
All right, so me and Steve are the only ones that have had Mad Dog 2020.
That's
So
more of a gas station wine.
anyway,
This
hey,
is really good.
really good.
It
We've
is
got
really
a great weekend coming, or a great couple days. It's during the
Yeah,
week because we're
we're-
retired, right?
We're retired.
Yes. Cheers.
So
to
if you
that.
like this video,
Give us a big thumbs up
and if you think we've earned a subscription, click the subscribe.
and comment below if you have been to the Thousand Islands and if you have a place to suggest for us.
Or if you think we should just buy a starter and quit making videos about our starter. Because we come out with Airstream and RV related videos just like this one
Every
Tuesday.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
watching.
watching.